high-tech Hong Kong. When we booked the place and was talking to the owner, she said she accidentally overbooked. She said, so stay, I can give you a place to stay at one of my friend's places for 2 nights or 1 night, and then you can come to my flat.
Google, we love you. People wake up so early here. Like right now it's 8 a.m. in the morning and you already see that the restaurant is already set up. People line up for street food. This is where our apartment is, nearby Tai Wai station, which is the subway station that we get off. Then we kind of walk straight there. So I actually never really measured things like this before, but there is organization that they actually measure how long it would take for people with average salary to pay off the apartment if they want to own the apartment by themselves. And for Hong Kong people, it would take them roughly 20 years to 40 years in order to own their own apartment.
That's 20 years if both parents are working.
If both parents are working, like you and me working together. But in New York City, it's like how much? In New York, it's like 6 to 7 years. That's really crazy to think about it. Behind me, you guys look at it, right there. That's like 40 years old apartment, and it would cost about $1 million US
To buy it.
to buy the room there.
From what I've read and researched, actually 80% of the island in Hong Kong is undeveloped, like straight woods and forests. The government won't allow them to actually develop that land, so that's why Hong Kong has like the most expensive real estate in the world.
Well, from the plane, I look down when they say it's approaching Hong Kong. I look down from the window, and it's like mountain green.
But it's like super foggy right now.
I told Jimmy, this is not what I expect from Hong Kong. I thought it's gonna be like skyscrapers, city,
Which it is, but it's really dense. So I finally got the answer. Now you have to go to the locals. But actually, he had told me, Ty, you're gonna be pretty amazed by this. He had told me the reason that only 20% of the land is being developed and allowed to be developed is mainly because it's flat land. So the rest of the island is actually so hilly that they can't afford to build up in the mountains unless you're a land developer, because it's so expensive to get utilities and sewage and electric and everything up into the mountains that there's actually only 20% of the island that is flat. So that's why that 20% is so expensive.
But do you feel like sometimes when you walk along the road, you feel like you are walking up a little bit?
Well, they
It's
said,
like a hill,
that the government is actually, this all used to be water at one point in time, and the government is actually pushing and filling in the harbor in order to make more flat land to build more. So interesting.
Good morning, guys. Started there with the coffee, which not gonna share with me before you drink coffee. Share. Sound like share. Feet touch the floor.
Of course you touched the floor.
We gonna have to update our Hong Kong Instagram story. Let's see. That is from yesterday. The socket for almost covering all kind of power from different countries.
Really utilize all the space. We have cabinets here, 3 shelves, cabinets down below.
Can open and close it for both sides. This is supposed to be the closet. What we use this place to actually store our suitcase.
Cabinets here. Then you have a cabinet under the bed. Another bed, in case you want to make it the whole floor. This is like the most convenient way to save space. And then the floor lifts up into a 2-person table for working.
This is how we eat breakfast every morning.
Well, where's the remote?
Remote?
Yeah. How do I stop it?
Oh, you have to put in the bit in the middle. That's my idea. There you go.
So they really do a good job justifying and like taking full advantage of the space that they offer in such a small area.
This is the most efficient accommodation we have ever stayed so far. They are very smart and very good at this. You can't beat.
So if you want to see like these things live, just check out our Instagram and we'll link it below and you can follow us there. Well, that doesn't matter. It's really amazing that they have everything. Like most houses in Asia don't even have microwaves, washing machine, they have a stove, a giant fridge. Most places in Hong Kong itself don't have fridges. Chunks of fish over here, mainly because every single meal the locals have to come down and buy what they need for the meal because the apartments are so small that they don't have room for a refrigerator to buy a huge fish and keep it for a couple days and freeze it. And then, you know, finish it or throw it out because they can't actually store this stuff because they don't have room for a refrigerator. But here they do. It's actually amazing. I mean, I think it was $271 for 5 days or 6 days.
So it's basically about $50 per day. But we get the shared kitchen, we get the shared toilet. This place also come with a whole bunch of shampoo, of the shower gel, of the body shower cream, whatever, toothpaste. They provide everything in the bathrooms. Q-tips here, hand wash. They got the perfume in here as well. This thing really changed the color of my top.
You can bleach it again.
I'm gonna wait until I get to your house and bleach it. Welcome to my crib.
This is a typical subdivided unit. Real estate market is very profitable. They can make a lot of money on Hong Kong government. The floor used to be for storage only. That means for ground floor owner use this place for keeping the goods there. But because the housing property is so attractive, the landlord convert the entire floor into a living space and divide it into many units and rent it out many times in order to make more money Now, we go to the subdivided unit to let you have a feel. So please follow me.
And why do you have a key to this?
Because this is an
Oh,
office
it's yours.
of a company.
Oh.
I'll explain to you why we have this office. So please come. This is not a very nice place, but you have a first impression. So come here. I want you to take this opportunity to really appreciate how to live here. So this is a typical subdivided unit on the mezzanine floor. So these are typical size. So if your family is making minimum wage only 7,500, you cannot afford to live here. 7,500 to pay 5,000, you can get 2,500 for food, for everything. So you cannot support unless you are double income family. Both parents work together, then you have enough money to live here. Consider you have children as well. So this is a place that you can see all under your eye. This is a place supposed to be the bathroom, a toilet. This is a place for kitchen. You pay 2,000 Hong Kong dollar a month. So this is for the lower income, poor people. Poor people with medium class. Those with lowest income have to live. Yeah.
It's really hard to breathe in there as well, guys. The ceiling is really low, and
There's
it's
just
really,
not much air circulation.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's really crazy that the reason this is all happening is because Hong Kong government wants to maintain a high tax structure and maintain a low tax structure while maintaining major shareholders of all the land. So they want to own, like 70% of the land is owned by the government, and that's how they can make most of their money yearly, is because they sell off certain amounts of the land and they can maintain almost full ownership of the majority of it. So they said that the Hong Kong government is refusing to do surveys on the Hong Kong government is refusing to do surveys on finding out how many shared living areas there are, how many subdivided living areas there are, because they know if they get the result of it, they're going to have to do something about it, and they don't want to have to do something about it. So it's like a really scary
That's
number.
Pure capitalism right there.
To actually rent an apartment, the rental fee is 1.5 times the average salary of a person here. So that's why they subdivide it. Yeah, generally they subdivide the apartment, and actually the landlords have done this prior to anybody. Normally, like if you're in New York City and you need a roommate, you know, you go out, you get a roommate and you can rent the place. Well, no, here the apartment owners have actually done it beforehand and created a monopoly, and they've subdivided the 500 square foot apartment into 5 different living areas at 100 square meters or 100 square feet per section, and people are renting that out. Crazy that the owners have done this prior because they know that people can't afford it to live in the city.
Oh, yeah.
So they've basically done it for them, but now they're making more money by doing it that way.
That is the longest crossroad ever. Look at how long it is. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 crossroads sticking up together. Have you seen any crossroads?